Standing Shawn Johnson or Alicia Sacramone because they're not competing in the all-around. Now Chelsea Memel, our comeback girl leadoff story here, improved by 7/10 from night one on the floor exercise. And Alicia Sacramone and Shawn Johnson are trying to factor into Marta Karolyi's plans for the World Championships in October. Now this team that represented the United States in Beijing reunited here in St. Paul for the first time, and Shawn Johnson tweeted this week that it was weird. Another teammate who's thinking about the future, Nastia Liukin. She's with Andrea Joyce.
Al, so many memories rushing back as you watch those 2008 Olympians out here competing. Nastia, what about you? Do you miss being out there?
Oh, I definitely miss it. It definitely, makes me have some fire inside of me, and it's just so incredible to see three of my teammates back out there on the floor.
As you watch them, you have not closed the door on the possibility of yourself coming back. As you watch them compete, are you feeling a little bit of a nudge in that direction, a little bit of an itch?
Yes, definitely feeling an itch, and like I said, it's just so exciting to be able to see three of my Olympic teammates out there, and definitely have some fire inside of me.
London, less than a year away. You know, in this sport, it's all about the numbers and the repetition. Do you feel like you have to make a decision soon, and is there time?
That's all I'm going to say about myself. The decision that we do have to make, though, is I'm on the selection committee now, so to make that world team.
Huge responsibility. Who have you liked out there?
There's so many girls out there this year, and I think that's so exciting for Team USA to send out there and really vie for that gold medal as a team.
Have there been any surprises for you? Anybody you've looked at and said, wow?
Jordan Weber, obviously. It's her first year at the Senior National Championships, and she's came out here and proved that she's the one to beat.
You've got a big job. I better let you get back out there and start watching everybody. Good luck with whatever you decide.
Thank you, Andrea.
Okay, Andrea, you're looking at the leader, and it's by a lot. Jordan Weber from Michigan. We'll see how she holds up, knowing that she has a cushion like that in St. Paul after this. 11 Women's Visa Championships, St. Paul, Minnesota. Al Trautwig, Tim Daggett, Elfie Schlegel, Andrea Joyce. Here's Michaela Maroney. And we'll be talking a little bit later who's gone up and who's gone down, but you've had some nice things to say about her tonight.
Well, she was fantastic on her first event, the vault, 16.0, just a huge number, best so far. And then she went to bars where she wasn't so great night one and did a very clean exercise. So there's been a lot of turnarounds from day one to day two. Everybody looked very jittery. They've looked a lot better here tonight.
And Michaela is beautiful on this apparatus. She has great artistry. The question is, can she stay on? She looks like a completely different gymnast out there tonight. A couple of little balance checks, but this is going all very well for her.
Very nice.
When we spoke with Michaela earlier in the week, we were so impressed by her confidence. We asked her what it was like competing in the senior division. She said, oh, I feel like I've been doing this my whole life.
Dismount. Well, a very strong exercise. Just a couple of tiny little balance checks. But overall, a very strong routine.
That'll be an improvement from her 13.4.
Without a doubt, it will surpass that. Galina Marinova, one of her coaches, great Bulgarian gymnast.
Well, it's the apparatus where dreams die, isn't it?
Yeah, it can oftentimes be. This her dismount, or round off double back flip, nice height in the air. Just watch that step. Now you see if it's bigger or longer than a shoulder width apart, it is 0.3 of a point deduction. Marta likes it. We talked to Marta about day one, and she said yes, it was bad. I would sound stupid if I said it wasn't, but she said I'm not panicking. With these athletes, they're not supposed to be ready at this point. This is part of their preparation. We pushed them to raise their start values, and this is the very beginning of preparation for the Worlds.
But she was surprised with the number of falls. That she admits to.
And at the dreaded beam in a moment is going to be Alicia Sacramone. She had something, I found it sort of funny this week. She was saying that after that fateful fall in Beijing that hurt the gold medal chances of Team USA so much. She walked past and Nastia Liukin was set to go, and she looked at her and said, Nastia, you handle it.
Yeah. And you know, Alicia is doing the exact same mount. She has been very consistent, I have to say.
Now, Tim, you did this yesterday when you were coaching your fine gymnast from Longmeadow. Do these last-minute conversations really help?
Yeah, you know, for some kids, you have to know the athlete. Some kids thrive on that. They need that. They want somebody just standing next to them till the last moment. And others, if you do that, you're getting in their bubble and it's bad news. But, you know, Mihai knows this athlete and she knows Mihai. I'm sure she wants that at that point in time.
But she's going to start off by staring down that beam from the end with that powerful mount. And when she gets up on this beam, I tell you, it's incredibly aggressive. She's become a top beam lifter.
Oh, whoa, that was close. Very nice. Alicia has said when you think about your dreams coming true, you don't envision a mistake. And that has been the fuel for this comeback. She repeatedly says it, that it is about redemption.
And when she is on, she doesn't waver. A little bit of a check there. This is an event that she sees herself contributing once again at the World Championships for the American team.
The thing that I like about this routine so far, she has had those small little checks, but it hasn't made her frantic in any way. Able to deal with it.
She does.
Big dismount landing right, I think, right before the bell, so I think she should be safe from too long of a routine deduction.
2 down, 1 to go.
So watch this famous mount, the same one she did in Beijing, and she is off to the right. You see that foot barely on the beam, but in gymnastics, you got some powerful toes. Look at that, it is just somehow squeeze and crack walnuts with those suckers.
Yeah, those toes do a lot of work. And the dismount.
A little bit off to the side here as well.
And a nice combination into that double pike.
Elfie, you have to do a lot of falling off to learn how to do that with your toes, don't you?
Believe me.
Our first look at Sabrina Vega from Carmel, New York, just north of New York City.
She's also a first-year senior, but she says that, you know, the way USA Gymnastics structures it right now, she says, I've felt like a senior last year, so it's no transition for me. That foot was into white, which means it'll be a 10th of a point.
like this young lady. I love the exercise. Great choreography. Much better routine.
It's great, you know, at the end of a routine when you see a smile, and that was a real one. That was a grateful I'm done, and I did good.
14.9 for Alicia Sacramone. That's 3/10 less than she did on night 1. Now to Chelsea Memel, who was tied for 3rd, and I would think that finishing on the podium here, Elfie, would be the next logical step to proving that she deserves to be part of the conversation.
She should be, but on this event, Vault, this is not a strong event for Chelsea. She's still making her way back. This is easy for her. Taking baby steps in this comeback. This one, she says she needs a little bit more time.
Yeah, that vault compared to like a Jordan Weber, that is 1.5 less in start value. The maximum she can get is 15.0.
Thanks.
Jordan Weber, Michaela Maroney, their vaults start at a 16.5. Chelsea is capable of doing a 15.8 vault. She says that it's just not there yet. And her dad has said repeatedly, I am not going to push this kid to the point that she has another injury. He says, I could not live with myself if I had done that.
And realistically, should Chelsea make the World Championship team, I doubt this would be an event that Marta Karolyi would put her on. She shouldn't.
We'll get Chelsea Memel's score in a moment. I can tell you Sabrina Vega got a 14.5 on her floor exercise. When we come back, the big-time leader, Jordan Weber, shows us how she handles that big lead she's got in St. Paul.